Hi folks, I'm Travis.
I'm Caden.
We're back with the Predator 3500 inverter generator, and while it's a nice sunny day, there's green grass behind us. That's not going to last. It was snowing the other day, and in fact yesterday the whole yard was white. So I think it's time to winterize this thing because it doesn't get used much in the winter. So let's get to it. Okay, so Caden, when I say winterize the generator, what do you think that means?
Put stuff to make it so that it doesn't freeze.
Okay, that's probably a pretty good guess. What do we see? What do you see over here at the truck? Let's take a look. Okay, over here we have some Valvoline conventional 10W30 motor oil, some SeaFoam auto marine and fleet motor fuel treatment. That will stabilize the fuel, and it also will help with cleaning out the carburetor, which may help with the surge issue that I had a couple of weeks ago. We have a small 43-piece toolkit, a funnel to put oil back into it, and the toolkit that the generator came with. So the plan today is to change the oil, because I change it once a year or every 100 hours, whichever comes first. We're going to treat the gas that's in there so that it doesn't go bad. And we're going to run the generator once the fuel is treated and the oil is changed long enough to get that treated fuel down into the carburetor. And then we're going to drain the float bowl. In fact, I haven't started this thing since the last time we tried to hunt down that surge. So let's start this off by firing it up. Let it run for a few minutes so that the oil's warm. It'll drain better. And then that'll also let us see how it's running. So we're going to set the choke here, and we're going to hit the start button. Cross our fingers. Again, it hasn't ran in probably 3 weeks. So I imagine it's going to start a little rough, but you know, again, it hasn't ran in 3 weeks. That is one thing I like about this generator. Smooth as a kitten most of the time. I still do not know why it was surging. So we're going to let this run for about 5 minutes to warm the oil up, and then we'll be right back. Alright, so it's been running for about 5 minutes now. What I'm going to do is ask Caden to take the side panel off of this thing. Caden, if you grab the toolkit, the black bag, inside there's a Phillips head screwdriver that you can use to back out these two screws. Okay. Pull. There you go. Just set that off to the side. And here we are again with the internals of the generator. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to use this screw here, Caden, to drain the float bowl, because right now the fuel is actually off. But we're going to do that right away, so that the when we treat the fuel, treated fuel is in there and it won't have to run quite so long. All right, for this next step, Caden is going to use a extension and a socket. Right now it's a 10 millimeter. Let's make sure that actually fits, and it does. So it's a 10 millimeter socket to pull that bolt.
It's on the other side. It's right.
There we go. Once it's broken loose, you could actually just spin it. Make sure you don't lose that drain plug, because I don't want to have to fish it out of the oil. Alright, while the oil is draining, we'll have Caden drain the float bowl. You just got to back that out a little ways. You don't have to pull it all the way out. You'll know you have it when you start to see fuel drain from the bottom like it is right now. Perfect. You can just pull that screw off for now. We'll leave that open for now. We'll let that drain and dribble and drip, and we'll tighten that back up in a minute. Alright, so we're more or less done draining. So Caden's going to put that drain plug back in. And when you get to the resistance, Caden, give it just a good snug. You don't want it super tight, because that's aluminum, you'll strip it out. But just enough that it really feels like it's seated. So good job, that's about right.
Yay.
I don't have torque specs to give you on this because, frankly, I don't know what they are. I've always just gone with, oh, that feels tight enough, and it is an aluminum block, so you don't want to get too tight and crack that. Same with this cage. Just snug it up to the point where when I turn the fuel on, it doesn't rip all over the place. There you go, perfect. All right, so now we're gonna level this thing back out, and we will start adding oil. So last time I did an oil change on this thing, I put Super Protect full synthetic in. I didn't have time to go to Walmart because it's over an hour. It's close to an hour from where we live. So I've always been a big Valvoline fan, so that's what we're gonna use. We'll give it a quick shake just to make sure that nothing's settled. And then this just twists open.
Okay.
And you're gonna put about 12 ounces in and then we'll check it. I believe this takes 16 ounces. Okay. So if you look carefully, just start pouring it in. Remember, you don't want to overfill this. Hold on. Let's get that little bit of that on there. There we go. You got a little ways. Be generous. Okay. So you've got like 4 ounces in there. Easy, kid. Easy. Don't pour too fast, otherwise you'll overflow.
That's bad.
I think this is a 16 ounce, if I remember correctly. So you're at 24, so you've got 8 ounces in there. We'll check it at 12 just because I don't remember for sure, but I want to say it's 16. Okay, so go ahead and put that cap back on. Nope, this cap.
Oh, wrong cap.
All right, then you're going to take the funnel out.
Yep, put the dipstick in.
Yep. All right, go ahead and pull that back out. And then you can show the camera where we're at. It's going to be awfully light and hard to see, but that's to be expected. It's clean oil. So where are we at? You might need to wipe it off. It looks like we're about halfway. Actually, you don't have to screw it in to check it. You just set it in. Okay, so we got some more to go. Not too much more, but a little bit more.
Yay. Yay, oil.
All right, go ahead and give her some more. Oh!
I made a mess.
You did make a mess, you know why? Because you actually have a little too much oil in there now.
Oh.
That's okay. It won't hurt anything.
No, it's oil.
Yep, so go ahead and put that back on. If it comes out like this, that means you actually are a little overfull. It won't hurt this thing. In fact, actually, it's showing right where it needs to be on the dipstick. So you're good. It is a 16 ounce change, so in theory you should be able to get 2 oil changes out of a quart.
In theory.
In theory. So we're going to wipe this up so that we don't have an oily mess everywhere.
Yes, that's bad.
And Caden, if you want to move that bucket and close that little flap. So read the directions. How much do we need to put in?
For regular fuel system maintenance, 1 ounce per gallon.
Okay, this generator is about a 2.5 gallon tank.
Okay.
That's a 16 ounce container, right?
Yep.
So what you're gonna do is this is a highly scientific process.
Highly scientific.
Yep. I'll show you how to do 1 ounce, and then you can do this the second 1.5 ounces. This is really scientific. In fact, I'm gonna move the camera so you guys can see this. Give this a quick shake before I pull out the
Rubber stopper.
the stopper. We'll throw that over there with the rest of the garbage. Ready, Caden?
Yep.
Ready for this scientific process?
Yeah.
1 ounce. 2 ounces. 1/2 ounce. Really a scientific process.
Super scientific.
Because having extra SeaFoam doesn't really hurt anything. Now we'll top this thing off here. Whoop. Yep. Well, that thing was thirstier than I thought it was. Give her a quick wipe down. And now we're going to start it and let it get about 3 to 5 minutes just so it can suck that SeaFoam down into the carburetor, let it do a little work, and then we'll put the side panel back on and we'll be done.
That was easy. Quick and painless.
Quick and painless. All right, so while I let it run, I put a little bit of a load on it just to kind of help really warm it up and make sure everything's good to go. We sucked some good SeaFoam down into the carburetor, and I know I said we were going to drain the carburetor again, but as I was thinking about it, I'm like, you know, I'm going to leave that SeaFoam in there so that it can work. I've run this thing every 3 months, so with the SeaFoam in there, doing the fuel stabilization and it being a premium fuel, I'm not worried about it, and it's running great right now, so I don't want to really mess with it. So Kaden, go ahead and check that oil, make sure that it's where it needs to be. Right up at full, right where we want it. Nice job. Go ahead and put that side panel on and we can wrap this up.
Yay.
All right, so we've changed the oil. We put some fuel stabilizer in here.
Yeah.
You did most of the work.
Yeah.
What'd you think? How hard was the process of maintaining this thing?
Quick and painless.
Quick and painless? That's what I like to hear. So what advice would you have for people that have generators, particularly this one?
I don't know, make sure it keeps running.
Make sure it keeps running? I'm thinking they're not that hard to maintain. Oil's cheap. And these are good units as long as you take care of them. So I would say that the advice I would have, and maybe you agree with me, is take the time to take care of it. It'll give you a lot of trouble for years. We're at 74 hours on this unit now. It's going to go into winter storage, but it's still accessible in case there's a power outage.
Yeah.
And overall, I'm really impressed with this unit. I know you like when I bring it out because that means you can use technology while we're camping.
Yes.
So, thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll get out and do something exciting today that could be another video. But for now, we're going to see you guys at our next destination. So, make sure you give us a like,
Comment, subscribe.
ring the bell, and we'll see you guys at our next destination. Take care.